followers, this is Plumbing Code Part 5 playlist, 1000 questions and answers multiple choice quiz, which is tutorial questions number 81 to 100. This is brought to you by University of Cebu, Civil Engineering. 81. The birth of the plumbing profession in the Philippines was traced back to A. 12th century, B. 15th century, C. 16th century, D. 17th century. D. 17th century. 82. Based on the history of plumbing practice, the walled city known as Intramuros was established as a model community by the A. Americans, B. Spaniards, C. Mexicans, D. Japanese. B. Spaniards. 83. When was the inclusion of asbestos cement pipe approved as a material? A. November 28, 1967, B. September 21, 1998, C. October 23, 1986, D. November 21, 1985. A. November 28, 1967. 84. The Filipino plumbers were assigned the task of maintaining, repairing, modeling, plumbing system in all pueblos or town, church and government buildings during A. 16th to 17th century, B. 18th to 19th century, C. 19th to 20th century, D. 15th to 16th century. B. 18th to 19th century. 85. Based on the history of plumbing practice, plumbing took a great leap at the turn of the American soldiers, engineers, Thomasite teachers, doctors, and evangelists on A. 16th century, B. 20th century, C. 19th century, D. 18th century. B. 20th century. 86. Before martial law, Republic Act No. 6541 is known as the A. Building Code of the Philippines, B. Fire Code of the Philippines, C. Sanitation Code of the Philippines, D. Plumbing Code of the Philippines. A. Building Code of the Philippines. 87. Based on the history of plumbing practice, who was the Governor-General who issued letter of instruction on proper waste disposal when epidemics like cholera, leprosy, and other contagious disease engulfed in the Philippines? A. General Fortunato, B. General MacArthur, C. General Malvar, D. General Harrison. D. General Harrison. 88. The first chief of the Division of the Plumbing Construction and Inspection. A. John M. David, B. John F. Haas, C. John A. Miraculo, D. John F. Hidalgo. B. John F. Haas. 89. Who was the NAMPAP President who spearheaded in updating the RNPCP in 1996? A. Jaime M. Cabase, B. Hermogenes Pobre, C. Fortunato H. Amosco, D. Teodoro Pastor. A. Jaime M. Cabase. 90. When was the NAMPAP organized and had it registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission? A. 1934, B. 1932, C. 1935, D. 1937. C. 1935. 91. Known as Plumbing Law of the Philippines was signed by President Ramon Magsaysay in June 18, 1955. A. RA 1374, B. RA 1378, C. RA 1060, D. RA 9514. B. RA 1378. 92. When was the National Plumbing Code of the Philippines promulgated and approved by Malacañang? A. June 18, 1955, B. December 21, 1991, C. January 28, 1959, D. February 14, 1959. C. January 28, 1959. 93. When was the Board of Examiners for Master Plumber and NAMPAP prepared the curriculum for plumbing engineering and approved by DepEd at Fayette University? A. 1966 to 1988. B. 1966 to 1969. C. 1955 to 1999. D. 1945 to 1965. B. 1966 to 1969. 94. Plumbing engineering was first introduced to what school or university? A. Fayette University. B. University of the Philippines. C. De La Salle University. D. University of Manila. A. Fayette University. 95. City Ordinance No. 2411 is known as the A. National Drinking Water Standard. B. Clean Air Act. C. Plumbing Code for the City of Manila. D. Clean Water Act. C. Plumbing Code for the City of Manila. 96. Who is the chairman of Board of Master Plumbers, BOMP, where the NAMPAP submitted the draft code to him in October 1999? A. Engineer John Jones. B. Engineer Fortunato H. Amosco. C. Engineer Raimundo Gumapak. D. Engineer Catalino Kasapunan. B. Engineer Fortunato H. Amosco. 97. Chairman of the PRC where adopted RNPCP 1999 was approved by President Joseph Estrada on December 21, 1999. A. Hermogenes Pobre. B. Teodoro Pastor. C. Roberto Feliciano. D. Raimundo Reyes. A. Hermogenes Pobre. 98. RNPC 1999 was approved by President Joseph Estrada on A. June 27, 1956. B. April 19, 1958. C. December 21, 1999. D. July 25, 1999. C. December 21, 1999. 99. An adequate blank is one of the most important governances in modern and healthful human existence. A. Fire Code. B. Plumbing Code. C. Sanitation Code. D. Water Code. B. Plumbing Code. 100. How many sets of plans shall be submitted of the aforementioned requirements with each application for a permit signed and sealed by RMP? A. 5 sets. B. 4 sets. C. 6 sets. D. 7 sets. C. 6 sets. That ends our Plumbing Code Part 5 playlist, 1000 questions and answers multiple choice quiz, which is tutorial questions number 81 to 100. This is brought to you by University of Cebu Civil Engineering.